Hey, I'm John Pearson from Enduro 21 and welcome to some very typical wet Welsh conditions. I'm here to test 2022 Rieju Enduro models, the MR, the Racing Pro, the Racing model, the Reiju model, and there's also a 6 days model which we haven't been able to test today, but we've been on the 300, 250 models of the Racing and the Racing Pro, and also the Ranger is 200 and 300cc models, so pretty good test, and for sure these conditions are perfect stroke, a bit like hard work. The bikes, what can you say really? These bikes are, as everyone knows, the former Gas brand was bought by Reiju. Gas as is now is owned by KTM Group. And Reiju are using the original bikes from Gas. Quick walk around the bike. Nice straight out, nice hard, missing brakes, KYB suspension, X-Trig rocks, clamps, KTM carburetor, Gold Speed rims. And to answer the sort of first question that lots of people have, you know, that thing about these bikes being a couple of years old and what difference does it make? You know, personally, for sure some engines have evolved, you know, obviously fuel injected bikes from some manufacturers, but bikes haven't evolved a great deal in that time. So, you know, you think, oh, this bike is a few years old in development terms, but really it's more or less the same. We just did way up there through the tree somewhere, we just did a little loop backwards and forwards for some photographs around a sort of fast third, fourth gear little loop with some jumps in it, some choppy old bits, and the 250 was awesome around there, real good fun, a real blast. It was nice to sort of blow the rain off my goggles riding that. One thing that's evolved for the 2022 model is modification inside the starter. So some people who may have owned this bike before, or the old Gas would have had starter motor problems. Rieju say that's fixed now. They've got in fact a little oil system constantly lubricated. So according to them, that's fixed now. But apart from that, you know, what can I say? I'm having a good time riding around in the rain in the woods, and that's what Enduro is all about. The Racing Pro model has, as the name suggests, more of an attitude about it. It's got slightly stiffer suspension. It's got more competition bias to it. The normal Racing model is the sort of base, the average bike. You know, it'll be great for sort of club level enduros and trail riding, this kind of thing. And the Ranger models, we've tested them before, you know, on Enduro 21 on our YouTube channel. We put a little test on the original Gas version of that, and it's a surprising bike. You know, I know people who've, for example, used them in I know someone who raced one in the ICE-DE, you know, put better suspension on it, but raced it in the ICE-DE because the power character of the 300 Ranger model is really nice. It's really manageable. You know, they're a great little bike for club riders, trail riders. extreme enduros where where you're riding long hard sections, Romaniacs, these kinds of things, that they're better bikes. Don't underestimate them. The 200 in particular is a perfect beginner bike. They have a very low seat height to start with, but they've got it's not on this bike, but on the Ranger there's a little adjustable cam on the lower linkage. You can change the ride height even further to get it lower down, and the bikes have got soft suspension anyway, so they're super manageable. You can get your feet on the ground. This training school where we are, they've got them as school bikes for sort of beginners and people who aren't used to riding these kinds of conditions. So don't dismiss bikes that are soft. Not everybody's a race head. Not everybody wants to ride up stuff like this. But if you can, it's cool. Bloody hell. Wow.